the Bible Society with us, and Steve McRobie. Great to have you with us, and just to say that particularly appreciate the way that the Bible Society has been committed to the church community of New Zealand and encouraging us in prayer. And over a number of years, the Bible Society has been sponsoring our prayer breakfasts around the country, and that's again this year, Auckland and Hamilton, and we're adding Wellington and Christchurch. So for you people living in other regions, we're very keen to help you establish a prayer breakfast where we gather and we pray for our civic leaders and our local areas, and it's something that the Bible Society have been particularly committed to. And Steve, you are the how did you describe yourself? You the client, the care manager. No, I've got it wrong, haven't I? Entirely. No. So, Steve, welcome. Tell us. I'll hand it over to you. Tell us what your role is.
Oh, kia ora, Malcolm, and good evening, everyone. And thank you to the team at Prayers One just for the opportunity to be with you folk this evening. So my role at the Bible Society is I'm the relationships director, and so we have a team that is the face of the mission, if you like. So we go out and connect with churches and individuals, share about our mission and the different things that we're doing, the different events that we're running, or different offerings that we've been putting together, just to help encourage the church throughout this nation really to continue to engage with the Bible. We've done some independent research, and the stats aren't as healthy as we perhaps like in terms of regular engagement, people engaging with the Bible, reading the Bible regularly. So, one of our big things at the moment is trying to encourage Bible engagement within this nation through a number of our resources that we've been producing. And tonight we were asked to come and present our Easter resources that we developed, and for the team to be able to pray for those. You might be thinking, well, hey, you guys, you should have been here last week or a week before. You sort of missed the bus. We sort of should have been praying for these things prior to Easter. But that's all right, because we can still pray that the resources that we've developed and the people who have received them will not only be blessed by them, but will also be encouraged and perhaps challenged in their own faith, as they've received them, and also, given them out to people. So this year we developed two resources, and the first was this children's booklet called The Very First Easter, targeted at primary school age, sort of year, probably, or not year, but age group maybe 6 up. And we're really excited about this one because this is the first one that we've done in-house. Normally, over the years, we've gotten resources in from some of our sister Bible societies around the world, and we've tweaked them to make them a little bit more New Zealand-fied or Kiwi-fied, so to speak. But this time we were able to put together this little booklet through our own team, our graphic team, and some of the folk who were able to write. And so it was real exciting for us to be able to get this out. And one of the main reasons was really just to, we've made an offering, an Easter offering and a Christmas offering every year. And it's really just to encourage, it's a resource to encourage children and people who read it to be able to get a true understanding of Easter as they engage with this booklet, and also introduce them to the Lord through this booklet. So this year we distributed over 68,000 copies of this booklet. So that was a huge number for us. And it's been wonderful that it's been able to go out as far as that. 68,000 of the booklet's gone out to parents and grandparents, to churches, various ministries around the country, schools, and a whole range of other people that were just contacting us and asking if they could have a number of those booklets to be able to share in their different contexts, which we thought was really wonderful. As I mentioned, it was an in-house creation and targeted at that age group and within schools. But as you can see, the booklet is very bright, it's colourful, and we did it and told the story through the lens of bugs, if you like. Greg the grasshopper, Bella the butterfly, Herbie the hoo-hoo grub, and Wendy the wedder. And so we used just some of those local homegrown bugs, if you like, that are natural here to us here in Aotearoa. And so we told it through that sort of a lens. And I just want to read, like, on not read this, but just want to give you an idea of where these booklets went to. So we had people requesting them, and they were going to families of children at preschools. They were to teach children the true meaning of Easter. They were going to be a gift to family members. They were going to pass on to children who didn't know anything about Easter. They were going out to places like mainly music. They were for people's grandchildren. People were getting into them so that they could share the gospel with their unchurched friends. They're giving them out to all who would be attending the Easter services. One, I really love this one. This person put it in. He said, the reason I want it so I can read it to my little brother. I thought, man, that was like really awesome, you know. Another one said that they wanted to put these booklets in the waiting room of their dental clinic. And then another one wanted to give them to a whole lot of children at Kids First. And so these were the, we were just wrapped that they were going out, not just to churches, but going out far and wide, into a whole range of different contexts within New Zealand. As I said, we distributed over 68,000 of these booklets, and I like to sort of see those booklets as seeds. So 68,000 seeds have been sown here, and so to speak. And so we want to pray that those seeds, we want to pray that those booklets that have gone out would indeed impact the lives of those who receive one and who would read it. And wonderful thing about these booklets that we've known in the past, sometimes the children get them, and they may be non-Christian families, but they're too young to read them. So mum or dad or caregiver have got to read them. And quite often, mum or dad or the caregiver may not have a faith either, but they're starting to read and engage there as well. Malcolm, I don't know if you can flick to that next screen or that next slide for us, please. But that's just a little example of how colourful it was. You can see our little sheep down there on the right-hand side, and it was a wonderful little booklet. And we still got a number of those left, but yeah, we were really pleased with this, and we had a lot of requests for it. And to be able to give out 68,000, make that available was a real privilege for us to be able to do it. The next resource that we developed was one that was targeted for young adults or younger people, just adults in general. It was called Know Jesus, Know His Story. And it was an 8-day reading plan leading into Easter. And, folks, I mean, sometimes we can get so busy in life that before we know it, certain events are upon us already. And quite often, throughout the years, I've known Easter's coming up or something like, and then before I know it, we're there Resurrection Sunday. And we developed this resource to just help people, an 8-day reading plan to lead in, just to try and take some slow down in life and just to gradually approach, Resurrection Sunday, just with some readings leading up from the Bible, leading up to this wonderful occasion that we in the church worldwide celebrated and remembered yesterday. And so we developed this particular booklet, and again, it was developed in the hope that people would engage with the Easter story, get to know the true meaning of this booklet, and again, it was developed in-house by a number of our team. So it started on Palm Sunday and then finished yesterday on Resurrection Sunday. You can go to that next slide. Thank you, Malcolm. And it was a downloadable resource, so people were able to get it from our website, but then we also put it on YouVersion, and it's still on there, and so people could just go to YouVersion, and under the tab plans, they could just type in Bible Society New Zealand or the title, Know Jesus, Know His Story, and it would come up. And so again, our hope was that as people got this, that they would engage with the Bible as they read a passage of scripture, that they would be encouraged or challenged through the different devotionals that are attached to those reading, which had a couple of points for people to reflect upon, as well as an application part of, the reading with questions such as, how does Jesus' journey impact your life, or what does the resurrection mean for you today, just to get people thinking. So yeah, it was a real wonderful little booklet that we were able to put together. From that particular booklet, our downloads, I think we had just under 1,300 from our website. And then through our U version, there was just under 4,500 people who subscribed to that reading plan. And we were able to read that particular plan leading into to the Easter time. So I guess for us, yeah, that Easter's come, the weekend's over, as you know, we go back to work or resume our sort of normal days starting tomorrow. But I put up a few prayer points, and you know, I do really pray that even though, you know, as I say, we're post Easter time at the moment, that these little booklets, this 8-day reading resource that we developed, that people would have been somewhat moved closer to the Lord, that maybe they've got a little bit more of an understanding of who God is, the true meaning of Easter, that maybe their hearts would have been opened, and that, you know, one of the things for us tonight is to be able to pray that for those, as I talked about, those little booklets as seeds that have gone out, we just need to be able to pray that the Lord would bring other people across the lives of those who receive them, individuals and families alike, and that they would be able to water those seeds and to be able to introduce people to the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, so that they too would come to know the reality of a living and a loving God.